Let's bring in Rick Gehman for a reaction here now that we know these hip groupings. Let's start with Tiger. And boy, that is a lot of star power with Rory and Jordan Spieth. What do you think about that?
Chris, I tried to count up on my fingers and toes how many major championships are in that group, and I ran out.
Yeah.
It's 22. Rory, McIlroy, Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth, 22 major championships. Obviously, anytime you inject Tiger Woods into any group, it's going to be a massive deal. The last time that we played at Southern Hills for the PGA Championship, it was 2007. Tiger was the victor, but Jordan Spieth coming off of a win at the RBC Heritage, a runner-up finish last week. His game is about as sharp as it's been in the last couple of years. And then Rory McIlroy, who charges up the leaderboard on Sunday at Augusta National at the Masters, falls just short of winning that thanks to Scottie Scheffler's great effort. Played well at the Wells Fargo Championship. I mean, these are three guys that are the biggest stars in our sport. Good luck trying to follow around this group. They're going to be 30 deep for the first two rounds. It's absolutely phenomenal what they've done here. This is just as heavyweight of a matchup as a pairing as I could have imagined.
Rick, Amanda is worried about Jordan Spieth in that group and where his headspace might be. What do you think?
Amanda, don't worry about it. His headspace is always a bad spot. So it doesn't matter. The guy's gonna overthink it. He's gonna try to do things he shouldn't do. Don't worry about that. He'll be just comfortable sitting there with him and Michael Greller working around this golf course as a team. Obviously, it is interesting how the big boys always have to play with one another. Rory is no stranger to playing with Tiger. Jordan Spieth, no stranger to playing with Rory McIlroy. These guys are used to it. I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, basically what Rick is saying is it's always bad. It can't get worse, Amanda. So don't worry.
It's not bad. The thing is, it's not bad. There's a lot of pressure being in that group, and Jordan talks to him. He's going to be chatting up a storm.
And he, again, goes for
I want him to be
the
focused.
career Grand Slam, which this is his sixth try to become the sixth person to go with a career Grand Slam. Let's move on to the grouping of the top three players in the world. This is a grouping of Collin Morikawa, Jon Rahm, and Scottie Scheffler. I kind of went in reverse order there. Morikawa third, Rahm second, Scheffler first. And both of these, all three of these guys are red hot when you factor in the recent results and the fact that Collin Morikawa is the only guy that's won multiple majors over the last 3 years.
Yeah, this is the group that most likely contends on Sunday afternoon. Scottie Scheffler is a problem for everybody else on the PGA Tour. He has been phenomenal statistically. When you look at kind of the paths to success for Southern Hills, you either have to be an elite ball striker or you've got to have an elite short game. Luckily for Scottie Scheffler, he's got both. And then Jon Rahm, who, believe it or not, kind of flying under the radar a little bit this week because we've been spending a lot of oxygen on Phil Mickelson not defending. We've been spending a lot of oxygen on Tiger Woods and Jordan Spieth, of course, going for the career Grand Slam. Jon Rahm won in Mexico the last time we saw him. He's coming in great. And then, of course, Collin Morikawa, 2 major championships already on the resume with those small greens they have at Southern Hills. His ball striking prowess is going to be of great use. I mean, this is the most likely threesome that we kind of see all week long in contention. A lot of space on the first page of the leaderboard reserved for these guys.
Okay, they're in the afternoon on Thursday and then morning Friday, the same as the next grouping we're going to talk about, which has star power as well. Guys that we can just use their initials, DJ, JT, and then Patrick Cantlay as well.
Yeah, Patty Ice, the last guy. These all have great nicknames, great acronyms. You know, Cantlay has done everything but play well at major championships, which is shocking because he's won a FedEx Cup. He has been phenomenal in basically every regular PGA Tour event, team events, whatever it is, no problem there. And then Dustin Johnson trying to get that game into shape. He played well the last time we saw him out there. But the story here, I believe, is Justin Thomas, who has been probably the best player in 2022 without a victory. And he's just been consistently knocking on the door. He's got a bunch of top 10 finishes. It just hasn't worked out for him. And we are, almost halfway through this calendar year, and it's been basically a decade since Justin Thomas has gone an entire calendar year without a win. So this would obviously be a big one for him, but I think he wants it more than a lot of guys out there.
And one other grouping with a bunch of major champions is going to be afternoon Thursday and then morning on Friday, 2:03 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's a group headlined by Brooks Koepka, Adam Scott, and Shane Lowry. And Rick, Brooks Koepka, He's missed cuts just as much as he's made cuts this season. I think it's 6 out of 13 cuts he has missed. Two-time PGA champion, but not on his game right now.
Not on his game right now, and even more concerning, the WD before the AT&T Byron Nelson last week. You know, Brooks Koepka historically likes to play the week before a major championship, and obviously I'm not going to doubt that strategy because he's been phenomenal in majors, but he withdrew before the event started, and he's kind of been banged up. He doesn't seem to be entirely healthy at the moment, so we've just got a lot of question marks about the state of his game. Adam Scott is someone who obviously has a Masters title on his resume and has been playing much better in 2022, but Shane Lowry is kind of the underdog, low-key guy who could contend this week. You know, he does not have a win here in 2022. He probably should have won at the Honda Classic if it wasn't for the skies opening up on 17 and 18 and really throwing some volatility into that event, because he's been one of the best ball strikers that we have on the PGA Tour. He's been rolling the rock well enough. I would not be surprised to see Lowry kind of come out of this group and be the one that we're talking about on the weekend.
And of all the players in the field most likely to grab a $19 Michelob Ultra on the course, I think Shane Lowry might be that guy to do it during the round. Rick Gehman with us here as we react to tee times and groupings for the PGA Championship, which begins on Thursday. You can hear much more on that and get picks with the First Cut podcast hosted by Rick.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.